Baby dolls, a lot of you want to know, if I was given a water pistol straight to my head, what would I think is going to happen for the crypto market from here in terms of the cycle playing out? I have a picture here just to show you. You see, this is BCB, basically what we expect to happen. Blockchain backer, we've got like altcoins pumping up. But in a nutshell, friends, okay, let me just go through this quickly. This is the first next wave, but you put a water pistol to my head. Now, remember, it's not about being wrong or right. It's just about making money. So please don't do leverage. But what I guess is that we're going to have a double bubble alt season. Why? I'm going to show you in the charts soon. Bitcoin had a double bubble in 2013. Then it was altcoins having a double bubble in 2017. And then Bitcoin had a double bubble in 2021. I think we're going to have the altcoins have a double bubble now again. They took turns. That's just my guess. Now, how would this represent itself on the charts? Well, I think we are going to have an alt season right now. And if you look at the others chart, this might be what happens. So an alt season right now basically means we just shoot up. I know it sounds crazy, but where would we shoot up to? It's around anywhere from 50% to this 70% zone. So what I'm going to do is just draw just a line here. It's around the 70% zone to like a 50% zone. See this rectangle? That's basically the first wave, and we go snap up. Now, you might think that's weird. How is that the first wave when we're still under the all-time high? I think it's because Bitcoin ain't moving at all. All the attention is on altcoins. So we probably see things go like really nuts in the next few months. That's right, like coming up right now. And when that happens, perhaps we have a stalling out. Okay, so let's say we go up. So actually, friends, this is going to go like really fast, yeah? If we just like zoom in, we might literally just be done. Like, you know, this is where May is, for example, with their first rate cut. We might go, whoa, like this. We actually just go, woo, pop, and that's it, right? Pop up here. This is the first rate cut. And then we go nowhere. Well, absolutely nowhere. We'll see what happens. Look, we're going to draw a vertical line around 1 year post Bitcoin halving, because we know 3 out of 3 times it was the end, exactly 12 months post Bitcoin halving. So that's first bubble. And then maybe we just go sideways, nowhere. Maybe there's a crash here. I don't know. It's just like basically poopy town. And then 6 months later, we continue up again and we have the next pop. Now, this is the thing. I don't know where we're going to stop at all, but that's basically what we have. We have bubble number 1 and bubble number 2. So we go nowhere here. We pop again, nowhere here. How does that coincide with macro? You know, you've got the inverted yield curve. You know that the stock market's been running up for 14.8 years. You know there needs to be a job reset somewhere. You know the bug eaters are coming. They've got to usher in CBDCs. And to do that, they got to give us a big crisis. Otherwise, no one's going to come and accept it. We know that. So this double bubble for the altcoins, it would be very juicy. You see, if we go to Bitcoin, what would Bitcoin be doing during that time? Well, Bitcoin, friends, see, Bitcoin might literally just do a sort of, if you look at it on its chart, might just be like this little up only thing, because double bubble for altcoins means Bitcoin pauses during that time. And, you know, that's just guessing. We have rate cuts coming up from the US Fed. That's what everyone's expecting. And then it's pretty much poopy town after that. Why would, though, if they're going to cut rates and there might be a crash, why would we stop the bull market early? Trying to predict the narrative, don't even bother. I'm just guessing, just me. Let's go to Bitcoin's chart. I'm guessing, friends. You see right now, we might literally have an altcoin season, bubble 1 here, and then bubble 2 here. Okay, so we might go up, do something out, come the third one. Now, when we come up here, I think it's going to be really tough. Why? Because I think the news is going to basically make you so euphoric you don't want to get out. That's what I've been expecting. I expect, friends, like, think about this, man. You know, if Donald Trump wins in November here, if Donald Trump wins and then you have like this 3-month burst up, who the hell is going to be exiting? Like, you just literally have the fractal overlaid with everything else. And everyone says, well, Donald Trump won, cutting rates, printing money, all of these are happening again. You just got to be careful during that time. Once again, I want to repeat, actually, the most important thing of all of them is to know that this is the fourth time, right? 3 out of 3 times, if you walk forward 12 months after the Bitcoin halving, which is right here, the time to get rid of altcoins is around 12 months, exactly 12 months. So the most difficult part of this is one of my nut twister prophecies. Now, why is it a nut twister? Oh, you're not going to like this one, friends. You're going to be like spitting on me for this one. The nut twister prophecy is they're going to cut rates and they're going to start QE. And then we're going to think everything's good. But then later on, the market's going to crash lower than when they cut rates before and they did infinite QE. And then now everyone's in a pickle because everyone's lost their minds. Now, look at yourself in the mirror right now. Okay, don't look at you, Willie. No. Look at me, friends. Look in the mirror. Look at me. Tell me, is that not the ultimate trap for every crypto investor and stock market Ponzi boomer investor to make them sell? You know it and I know it. The only thing that keeps weak hands in is the US Fed with the money printer. What if they printed money and then the market starts rallying and then a crash happens again? Something comes out. Don't try to guess the news, by the way. Something comes out where it makes the prices go lower than that money printing. See? You just think to yourself, friends, the market will always get the weakest hands out. If this event happens, it's going to be very hard. You know why? Because we're probably going to go up the first time. It's that first sugar rush. But then it might fail again. Now, if what I'm saying scares you, yeah, it should. That's why you don't do freaking leverage. Because every single weak hand, they're going to think a money printing signal from the US Fed is now their final excuse to go and get long. I am prepared for any scenario. And you are too. So if we get bubble 1 and then bubble 2, and that's basically what happens after that, it's going to be scary, right? That's why I said Trojan Horse ETF. Okay, wouldn't it be a coincidence that they try to ban self-custody, try to change Bitcoin to proof of stake and all these other weird stuff after they crash the Bitcoin price with the stock market and they make everybody throw in their rights? That's one of the things I've been talking about for a long time. So in a nutshell, let's appreciate if we have bubble 1 of 2 coming up next. I hope it's a big, nice thrust upwards where we get a big recovery. And I always had this feeling, if we're getting a type of run now, your bull market is against BTC. It's the BTC bull market. So that's what we might see. We might see a bubble go up, right? A bubble up, and then perhaps 6 months of sideways, and then we finally come in for the end, and absolutely no one's going to be exiting. Just be careful, friends, because Bitcoin, look, I'm going to show you one thing. Remember, your friend Somi is now removing stories, removing names, removing labels. I'm just going to show you the facts in the charts. If we go to the weekly chart, which is what we're on for Bitcoin, okay, back here, how far did we go up to touch above the moving average here? This is around 20 to 28x, okay? This is this distance, yeah? The distance from the 200 period moving average to the very, very top. If you go to the next cycle, how far did we disconnect above the moving average? You divide it by 2 again, okay? Yeah, like 28x, now it's like 10 to 13x. But then look at this, friends. If you come again, how far here did we disconnect above this moving average again? It's about a 5x. So if you notice, friends, you just keep dividing it by 2. So the first one, I know it's hard to see. The first one was about a 20. And then the next one was about 10. And then the next one's about 5. Crazy. No stories, no nothing, friends. No bias. You're just like, oh my gosh. the distance that we are disconnecting from the 4-year average for Bitcoin, that distance, euphoria, it's getting smaller and smaller over time, which is what a mature blue chip market does over time. And you might say to me, oh, how about we do that for our cycle? Now, friends, if you look at my pirate treasure chest, what I've done is I've just estimated the 200-week moving average here. Where does it put us if we start at around March, April 2025, and we do half of that distance? If we do 2.5x, friends, what do we get? 2.5x, friends, gets exactly 94K here. So that's why I'm telling you anywhere from 80 to 94, 95K is danger. Absolute danger. Because like I said, no stories, no QE, no interest rates, no Fed, no yield curve, no nothing. It's written in the charts. You see, all of this kind of spooky. Even though there's going to be good news at the top and there's bad news at the bottom, it's going to look like they're all preordained. Forget it. It's all written in the charts. So, in a nutshell, what am I expecting? Like, this is just what I'm expecting. Hey, you can change it anytime, but it feels like we're going to get a bubble alt season coming up right now, hot and juicy. And then we peak somewhere, and then we stall out for the rest of the year. We just drain everyone out. You basically pay for your sins because we're going to get too excited too fast. And then we resume at the end of the year. But you got to think, friends, what would make a crypto market resume the altcoin season at this November, December this year? Well, it would be a Trump victory because he cut business tax rates so much in the previous term that it went nuts. Bitcoin went nuts, stock market went nuts. He might do that again, right? And that'll be very bullish. Okay, everyone's like, oh, getting, because he might be pro-crypto words here and that. Okay, so wouldn't that be crazy? I'm trying to always think that. Don't waste your time thinking about the narratives. I just do it. Why? I'm conspiracy nut, friends. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to look at that. I'm like thinking, wow, how are they going to convince me and you to get excited if these things move up, right? And not just me and you excited, it's all the people sidelined. We're still going to be long and strong. So when we continue through this and we go up, this is going to be the super, super, super danger zone. You know, no one's getting out here. You think, oh, it's easy. No. No one's getting out here. You understand that? No one, friends. It's going to be March to April 2025. If Donald Trump is in, he's going to be saying it to you every single day on television. This is the greatest economy of all time. We've done it. We're winning. Everything's going to be great. GDP, jobs, everything's going to be great. We're winning. Fantastic. And then something's going to appear, friends. Something appears in the charts and then it goes down. You know what I mean? It's pre-programmed. It's pre-programmed somewhere. That's why we just got to be really on our toes. Remember I told you, man, if something like that happens, friends, imagine we come down and everyone thinks it's great and that money printing thing happens. You never know, man. Imagine we go down 2025, everyone thinks 2026 is going to be great, and then the money printing fails and we come back down and touch this moving average down here. So that's the most important thing to think about because you can't prepare for these in the future. You can't actually prepare. You prepare now by getting more long. You see, that's the most important part I have to tell you. Because no matter what coin or community you're in, effectively what I'm telling you is wider market forces will probably twist down nuts so much that everyone's going to unfortunately start to become a weak hand, get despondent, and start to paper hand out. So it won't be that, you know, your community's trash or the project isn't good. It might not be that. It might just be this like whole, we've been running on fumes for 15 years now type of behavior from the stock market and its complacency rally. Okay, so once again, double bubble scenarios, you know. This is the most important part, right? This is one of my theories, yeah? This was that double bubble scenario for Bitcoin here. This was 2013. You see this? Bubble 1, bubble 2. And then Bitcoin just did an up only here. But right there, we saw Ethereum do the double bubble. And you can see Ethereum's double bubble in the ETH BTC ratio. Here it is right now. You see that? You see Ethereum, bubble 1, bubble 2. Okay, that's crazy. You see this double bubble. Also funny, look at this, friends. Ethereum had a bubble run in 2016, the Bitcoin halvening year. Now, this is no one pays attention to this, and it's weird too. It's just because Ethereum was its first cycle there. It was just birthed out of nowhere. So do you want to give it attention or not? I mean, it's crazy, right? Bubble one, and it goes up, and you have these now. And then what did we get in our cycle again in 2021? This time, we had a double bubble for Bitcoin, right? Bubble one, bubble two. Now, obviously, we wanted a much higher, but it is what it is. Basically, the double bubble means your side gets saved, okay? So altcoins got saved in 2017 because you got saved by the January 2018 run. And Bitcoin got saved in 2021 because even if you bought the top around Doge, Elon Musk, Mania, May 2021, it comes back at the end of the year for you. Now, obviously, you're hoping much higher, but it did come back. So are we taking turns? That's just something to, postulate and think about. And, the final rules, okay? So we have all these things, how they might play out. I was trying to see the puzzle here and there. At the end of the day, though, there's one formula that appears where you can pretty much say, okay, you can't argue with this one. And that's basically sell everything April 2025. That's the one thing in there. Sell everything, every altcoin. And look, if you want to go off the past, it's basically sell everything, and then you take basically half of your profits into Bitcoin, half of your profits into stable coins. You can't lose. You literally can't lose doing that. So that's the one underlying message. Of course, you want to try game it, right? Because if we get a mania in the next 2 to 3 months and it goes really, really big, we're hoping that, you might be able to trim some off, buy back later on in the year. I don't know. I'm very iffy about those. It depends how high the euphoria goes. How big does the number have to go, friends? Just for example, there's a complete difference. If Pulse Chain does a 2x from here, you're not selling anything. All right. What if Pulse Chain does a 10x from here? What if it does a 10x from here? What if it literally goes to 30 billion valuation? What if it does a 15x from here? What if it goes near Cardano or something, shocks you, right? That's a completely different story. You don't know how high that euphoria is going to go. Okay, and it doesn't even know. What if it happens in another coin? What if Polkadot gets a narrative, friends, and Pulse Chain doesn't? So, I know we're all holding different coins, but these are just things to think about. Okay, so don't forget that formula, right? We got to reevaluate. Now, don't just auto sell everything April 2025, but we just got to look around, man. And I'll tell you right now, you can write it down in your calendar. You can watch 30,000 videos on it. Most people still aren't going to do it because the news that I'm looking at that can easily sway everybody to stay long is so powerful, man. I'm just a peanut brain. There's no way anyone's listening to me. No way. I might not even listen to me. Obviously, I will listen to myself, but there's no way, friends. If you have Donald Trump winning and then saying it's going to be great again, everything's fantastic, there is no freaking way anyone's getting. And just imagine they're printing money again, okay? Because then here I am telling you as literally the prophet. I'm going to get a prophet type of outfit, friends, with a crystal ball. I'll be telling you look, I know QE to you means number only go up. I know that. However, I'm telling you now, it doesn't work as simple and linear as you think. And every single person is trapped now because everyone knows, friends, they print QE money, get all the weekends long. Everyone knows, every single person. And we might find that a rogue world shock event comes left field to just surprise everyone. Anything can happen, friends. You never know. A weird electrical storm. You never know. China invades Taiwan. Nukes. I don't know what it is. Okay, don't even try to guess it. Something weird. Something strange. Could be a massive tsunami in some first world country. Just whatever it is, friends. I know. Just something that's preordained comes in the charts. It's going to be so spooky. I'm going to have my tinfoil hat on going, well, that's kind of weird, isn't it? We've been talking about this for a long time. Okay, so let me know what you think, friends, because right now what we see, we do have the right to change this at any time. It's just that it's what I'm feeling in a non-sexual way with your consent. Like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.